Start.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Duong, and our group is two dimensional, and here are my group mates.
My name's Samuel Bunker.
My name is Max Coughtry.
And my name's Noah Snell.
As I said, our group name is two dimensional, and at the very beginning, we decided on making a game. We knew at the start that our style of game was going to be this old 8-bit type style. If we go to the next slide for our screenshots, you'll see. With this, we decided to draw some inspiration for the theme also. As you can see, it's basically a space theme with aliens and alien eggs. We got this theme from the popular game Among Us, and that's just what we settled on. To get our gameplay, we had to come up with a narrative, and the narrative is a spaceman on an alien spaceship having to kill aliens that are chasing him and the alien eggs that they have on the ship. So, with that in mind, we went on to implement our game design and our game plan. And so, with all that being said, we'll go on to see the specifics of how we implemented everything.
So during the development process, um, we had a few motivations and inspirations in mind. It was important for us to create an experience for users that invokes a variety of feelings during gameplay. Firstly, we felt that the most important aspect of the game is that it allows the user to cure boredom with a fun and engaging experience that doesn't require much personal investment of the user's time. So this app was designed to be something that people can play intermittently. As an example, say Noah gets to his class 10 minutes early, and instead of waiting there sitting at his chair, bored out of his mind, he can load up Ophiuchus on his laptop and have a little bit of fun until class starts. And then secondly, we wanted the game to be exciting. Um, for the user, we decided to put the user on a never-ending cycle of spawning aggressive aliens with fast-paced music and exciting combat. And lastly, but certainly not least, the game had to have some replayability. This is why we developed the scoring system. So since the user always has a growing ceiling to achieve, there's really no strict end to the game. Um, Most arcade style games today are either casual but not exciting, exciting but with limited playability, or lacking a substantial combination of all three. So we feel that by combining those three features, Ophiuchus provides users with an engaging experience that many indie or arcade games do not. Go ahead.
For our technologies, we ended up deciding to use Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine is a fairly common engine in game design, and many popular games such as Borderlands 2, Gears of War, Rocket League, Fortnite, and many more were created using Unreal Engine. Um, Unreal Engine has full support with Visual Studio, which made that the obvious IDE of choice for our project. The support means that any files created in Visual Studio could be loaded into the Unreal Engine editor, and they could be implemented into the game from there. These classes that we made held information and functions for a variety of the features in our game, such as spawning, widgets, and more. Lastly, we use GitHub to share the progress between various group members, and this allowed us to efficiently work together as a team.
All right, now we're going to show you guys the demo of the game. Go ahead and load it up, Max.
Alright, so now we're going to be going over the demo of the game. And as you can see, this is the main screen here. The title is Ophiuchus, and we have the alien who's the protagonist in our game in the background here. And straight off the bat, you're going to see that there's a few options that the player has the moment that the game begins. And the first one that I'm going to test is just this quit game function. And as long as you just click right here, then the game will close with no questions asked. So booting back up the game, you can also hear the soundtrack in the background. This is going to be consistent while you're in the menu screen, but as long as you start playing the game, you're going to hear that soundtrack change. And we also have added more sound effects that you'll see later on with, shooting and killing things, and that's also taking damage. So we're gonna go right here. This is gonna be the controls. This is gonna probably be the first screen that the player will click on just so they can get a feel for the game and know exactly what they're doing. And we have our objective right here, which is going to be to destroy as many aliens and eggs before time runs out. And destroying aliens increases the score. Also, destroying eggs has the chance to increase score, multiplier ammo, and player health. We're going to be moving with the WASD keys, and we're going to be shooting with the arrow keys. Of course, our shooting is directional, so if you shoot up, it's going to shoot bullets up. If you hit left or right arrows, it'll shoot left and right, and you're going to see that later on. Pause game is going to be P. We'll definitely show off the pause menu as there's 3 options involved here. Invincibility mode is going to be an L, and this is mostly used for the game developers that we were using for testing, but it'll also give the player time to just kind of get a feel for the game. If they feel overwhelmed, they can press L and they won't have to worry about winning. They can just focus on figuring out the game and exploring the map. And of course, our manual reload isn't our key, as is most video games, and there's a 10-second cooldown which we do track in a bar that'll be on this side of the screen. So our last option, or this is our second to last option I should say, is this lore screen, and this is just to give the player a little more immersion and make sure that they get a more of a thematic feel for the game. And of course we have 2 options here. You can quit, or we can go back to the main menu, which is what we're gonna do. This last option right here is a screen mode toggle, which is just to change from full screen to not full screen, but I'm not going to use that right now, just so the recording stays as is. So going into the game, you can hear the sound change the moment that we load in, and I'm going to use the WASD keys here to move around, and automatically the aliens are going to chase you. And you can hear that when they attack you, a little sound effect goes off, kind of like a warning. Up here, in this green animation there, is an egg, which we're going to have to kill. And lastly, I can demonstrate that shooting these aliens is going to kill. And you can also kill the eggs, as you just saw.
As Max pointed out, when you kill the eggs, you do get a chance for a fraction of health, ammo, and the multiplier, which is in the bottom left of the screen.
We also have a mini-map in the top right corner that you can see. The player is a little dot, and it'll track your position. And your health and ammo bars are going to be on the bottom right here. Other things to notice is that reload bar that we talked about earlier. As you can see, it's all blue right now, but if I hit R to reload, it's going to start counting down that cooldown that we talked about, which is 10 seconds. And you can see the ammo bar refill slightly every time that you reload. Alright, so this is our game over menu right here. You can hit restart or go back to the main menu. I'm going to hit restart right now just to show you that this does work. And I'm also going to press L to enable the cheat mode, just so I can go over the last couple of things. And on the bottom left, we see a score multiplier. Oh, this is the cheat mode working in effect. As you can see, the aliens are attacking me, but the health is not going down. And on the bottom left, going back to that, was the score. My score is only going to go up when you kill an alien. As you know, they're worth 50 points each. And the eggs are worth 100 each, but every time you kill an egg, they're worth So the last thing to go over is just this pause menu that you can activate by hitting P. And you can see the sound has stopped, the game has paused. And we have three options, which is return the game, restart, and go back to the main menu. So I'm going to just quit and go back to this main menu. And that is going to conclude our demo video on Ophiuchus. And of course I'm going to hit quit game right here just to go back to our presentation. And I'm going to let my group members say any final words.
Well, I just wanted to say it was a pleasure working with you guys. It was quite a grind, but it was worth it, and I'm pretty proud of the game that we made. So, um, for those watching, thank you for letting us show you our game. It was a pleasure. Take care.